the the triennial cycle, and now start Devarim. Thank God, learn Devarim. If you don't know Devarim, you should, because the biggest problem was in the olden days, yeshiva takes a break when people start learning this in the annual cycle, and then when they get back to yeshiva, they don't jump into the Sefer with the Parsha because they're more focused on Elul and Rosh Hashanah. And then by the time they finish up with the whole Tishrei business, we're done with Sefer Devarim, but everybody learns Bereshis. And this is, by the way, is not a 20th century phenomenon. It's not a 19th century phenomenon or an 18th century phenomenon. Just look at this farm over there on the left side. Do you ever notice something? The book of the Bereshis is quite long. There's not a lot of mitzvahs in Bereshis, yet it's always one of the thicker volumes. Devarim is thinner, Bereshis is thicker. To what is that accountable? The Mefarshim. There's a lot less material that's been written on by Devarim. Jewish scholarship hasn't given Devarim the attention that has given Bereshis, for example. Das Mikra. Let's just take it. A recent Jewish work on Sefer Bereshis. Das Mikra has 3 volumes on Bereshis, divided into 3. That's how thick they are. Devarim is 1 volume. Torah Chaim put out by Musada Rav Kook also, MHK. So Bereshis is divided into 2, like Shmos, and Devarim is 1 volume. Even though Devarim is chock full of mitzvahs. Sefer Chinuch and Minchas Chinuch rightfully give Devarim a third, basically. Right? The way the Sefer, the good printings of Minchas Chinuch go, which is supposed to be, it uses a Rambam. Minchas Chinuch, it focuses on basically Rambam, right? Where it tells you, where's the Rambam discuss these issues? In here, and then he brings up all these cases. So Minchas Chinuch is nice and, I would say, even-handed. Minchas Chinuch basically divides up Bereshis Shmos, Vayikra, a little bit of Bamidbar, and Devarim. Okay? That's how it should go if you're talking about just raw material there. Rav Kasher never got around to making Torah Shlema on Devarim. And it continues. My classic Mikros Gedolos that I have in the house, also Bereshis is quite thick, as is Shmos and Vayikra, but Midbar thinner, obviously, and Devarim is the thinnest, which doesn't do it justice. But it just so happens that the Jewish people have not focused on Devarim the way they have focused on the beginning. And also, by the way, that's the way many people are. My Chavrusa said the classical joke today with the Barbanel. There's a fellow who basically went off the derech. Why? Because he was studying too much of Barbanel. He'd always start off with all the kashyas, because that's how Barbanel starts, and then he would never get around to getting to the Terutzim. And that was a problem. Okay, so everybody likes to start Bereshis. Everybody, children start with Bereshis, and there's a lot to say there, and to the end. It's like the Mishnah Berurah. What's the forgotten chelik of Mishnah Berurah? Also, where do we have it? The fourth chelik, right? The one with Eruvin and everything. Everybody likes Gimel. Chelik Gimel of Mishnah Berurah. It's chock full of Shabbos. It's every week. But the next part of Shabbos, everything having to do with Eruvin or Rosh Hashanah, etc. Oh, that's a little bit okay. I'm not going to do that. So that gets the short end of that doesn't get our attention. So that's unfortunate. Which is why I am 100% behind this endeavor that we should all be studying one siman of the book of Deuteronomy, one siman of this book every week, and going over thoroughly, familiarizing ourselves with the material, because there's so much there. Okay, it's not that, by the way, it's not that the Mefarshim didn't do it. It's not like there's no Rashi and Ramban on Sefer Devarim, which there is, but it's good to know.
We would like to encourage our viewers to share these videos with friends and send in your responses. If you would like to obtain Birkon Nusach Eretz Yisrael or invite the rabbi for a speaking engagement, please email us at office@machonshilo.org.